Yes, welcome everybody to our Getting Out of That Joyfully Life. I'm Cynthia Rondelli. I'm a Brazilian facilitator, and this is my lovely co host today.
Hello from the streets of Mexico.
Awesome. And you're like around the park, right?
Talking
From
about
heaven.
doing what you love. I love my car, so I came to fix it, but they were supposed to give it to me um, 2 hours ago, and I've been waiting for it since. Very interesting.
And we are going to talk about a few tools for money to come, and never stop coming. And one of those is do what you love and brings you joy. So that's one of my actually favorite ones, to do things that brings a level of joy that creates more in our space and our bodies, that makes us just like want to create and keep moving and start to add this energy of joy, of fun into our businesses. So it doesn't have to be, something serious. You can play with it and see what it brings you, new ideas, new possibilities.
Are you muted now? I don't know if she's frozen just for me or for everyone, but
No, I can't see.
I think, did you froze? Did you freeze? Cynthia?
See, when we add some fun, different things happen. But then it doesn't have to be bad, right? We can choose to have fun with that as well.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when you hear what goes into your mind, like, I am totally wrong. Must be doing something wrong. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, and that's why I cannot hear Cynthia. And how much do we do that in business? Like, it is wrong that I'm in the street. It is wrong that I cannot hear Cynthia. I am wrong for being here. I should have planned like this 2 weeks ago. I should have known that Mexicans are not in time ever. All these things that
Humanoid.
plague our mind in business and in life.
And what if that's the difference that's going to create more? I mean, it's I have always, saw businesses as something that's kind of boring. And I never wanted to do, from 9 to 5 or from 8 to 6 here in Brazil, as we used to do. And I always wanted to do something that brings me, this level of happiness, joy, that I can be my creative self. So when we allow this, every place is a place to do business, and every time is time to do business, even in the middle of the streets as you are. So it's fun. It's nice. It's cool.
And also, it's so important how we get into depth of ourselves. Like, we start
Mm,
owing ourselves time, owing ourselves energy to do something for someone else, or to try to get more money, or to pay things that like we suppose we need to do. This
exactly.
is
In a linear way.
this is such an interesting thing. I did do the corporate job for a
Mhm.
long time, and I was always getting into that with myself. Like, I will pay this next year, or I will do exercise tomorrow. I will rest tomorrow. Today, the most important thing is to get things done according to how it should be.
To plan. Yeah.
And
And Well, I really like things done really different every day. I graduated as an architect. So as an architect, the idea is to change all the time. And I used to play that, okay, today my office is in Hawaii. And then I used to put some flowers, colorful clothes, and I went to work like that. So this was, a way to bring fun to whatever I was doing, in no matter where or when. It was just a matter of playing, to add this childish energy that we call it here in Brazil, the fifth grade energy. Fifth graders.
That's so interesting because it is something I didn't learn in my upbringing. Everything was so serious. Like perfection was the most important thing and the least expected from you. Like you had to be perfect in everything. You had to do everything well. You had to have always perfect scores in school. If you're in your job, you have to be the perfect employee. If you have your business, it has to be always perfect. So playing with these energies that are so different, using joy, using questions to change the way we do business, for me, it was such an experience. It gave me so much freedom for the first time to express myself. I just say, I am not using flowers on my hair, but I am using flowers on my clothing.
Outfit. Awesome. So, and also this thing that money follows joy. So every time that I'm doing something that's fun for me, that I'm really into that, and then I'm enjoying. So time, we don't see time passing by, and it's just like this energy of, okay, what else can I do? So how much more? What can I create different here? Because it's always fun, always happy. Ah, it's great. And when we get out of that energy, we just perceive it and then ask questions to come back to this playfulness.
For me, one of the things that have helped me so much, I did get in debt, like with money, because I had so many things I have to do that I used the money I
Mm,
didn't have. And for me, one of the things that helped me to get out of that was this, like being grateful for what I
mhm.
could do with the money when I had it, and then being grateful for the possibility of creating even more.
Wow, amazing.
And the joy of like paying the bills, like, oh my God, I created all this money instead of, oh my God, I have so much more to pay and I am so sad. No? Like
I
this
know.
idea that the money you pay will make someone else's life better.
Awesome.
Like I pay my bill on the supermarket and that will give money to the lady that is in the cashier and she will be
Mhm.
able to play with her kids or to feed their kids or to go to the cinema. And that is like expanding the joy that the money can give you instead of the stress that they taught us should be the only thing we feel with money and with business.
Great. It's a beautiful energy that you're bringing. Yeah, it's great. So it's like this generosity of, letting money flow so we can create more, even if it's not in our hands, but we create more when we share it and when we, pay, as you said, when you pay your bills, it's not like a bad thing. Oh my God, the money's going away. So we are creating more. It's just a matter of, you choosing that's going to create, and also that knowing that it's going to create more. It's beautiful.
Tell me, Cynthia, how do you get out of your mind? I don't know if your mind does that, but how do you get out of your mind when you're thinking in shoots and this is bad and this is terrible and this is
Mm,
awful?
yeah, usually I just start with a all of life comes to me with these in joy and glory. Go to the energy of questions. Okay, I have to ask some questions here, because when I go to stress with money, I usually am buying a lies from someone or something, and then I know I have to go back to question, and then something relaxes, and I I can perceive myself again with money. So it's working like amazingly in my life this last, few months. Some things are changing. I don't feel like stressed with money. I know that money is a possibility.
There's an exercise I really love about that. That is like um, knowing what is your reality with money.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, if you were, if you had all the money in the world, what would be your energy? This energy, like it could be happiness, it could be joy. And then if you go to being worried, if you go to this is not enough, just remember that is not your reality, as you just said, Cynthia. Oh my God, this is not my reality with money. I'm into someone else's reality. This is something maybe I learned in school or in the house or in my country. Like this is the normal for everyone, but it is not the normal for me.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
And I love this, the mantra of access, this all of life comes to me with each and joy and glory, because it doesn't say only the good things, but
Mm-hmm.
everything, including
Perfect.
that.
Including money, including everything. So all of life, everything comes with ease and joy and glory. It's great. And it's also that which connects us to the second tool that we're going to share, which is, be aware of what you think, say, and do. Because sometimes we start doing things or saying things that are not, that take us away from our power, that takes us away from question, that takes us away from, the possibilities. So it's very important that we choose a level of presence to know what we are, you know, being with regards to money and possibilities and, prosperity.
One of the things I really like about the tools of getting out of debt joyfully is this thing of where it is not about, everybody says no, like, oh, just work harder, just
Mhm.
like stop drinking coffee, stop I don't know, cancel your membership for the movies, no, for
Exactly. I know Netflix
the yeah.
membership.
and and it's like, okay, that gives me maybe $20 more a month, but when you change the way you think, you change what you say, and it is not I hate money, I hate that money doesn't come off, and I don't have enough, and you change it for a question, just like you said. It totally changes. It is, instead of I don't have enough, is okay, how many streams of income can I create today, and
Perfect.
how many of those I can like put into action, I can just make true today. If it is like,
Hmm.
oh, I know how to make, I don't know, candy, okay, go and buy the things and make some candy and then tell everybody that you created candy, and then it costs so much money. Or call everyone that owes you money and tell them to pay you, and see what happens in your mind, because sometimes we stop ourselves like, oh my God, they're not going to like me anymore, they're going to think I am bad, and it's like, it's just a thought. It is not true.
Exactly. And whose reality are you buying into? Whose reality are you going into when you think that money is wrong, or if that you don't have enough, or that things are hard, and then money is hard, and then, oh my God, I'm going to die. So who does that belong to? Just, we have to be aware of what we are, thinking, of what we are, saying, of what we are being in all the situations, because it's really easy to, to sleep and go back to, old standards, or, your father's standards, your mother's standards with money, or your, grandparents or friends or anything. So what is my reality with money? What is my reality with businesses? What's what is true for me? So that brings me back to, okay, who does that belong to? It's not mine. I was just saying something because I was on autopilot. I choose different. And I relax, and usually when I relax, I go back to the joy. and then things start to flow differently, and different possibilities arise.
Once I heard that your habits are just like your no, sorry, like your beliefs are just thoughts that you think constantly, and then
Hmm.
they become like solid and they become a belief. So when you change a thought and you start a new habit, you can change your beliefs. Instead of money is hard, as money comes to me with its joy and glory. Instead of I don't have enough and I have to get into debt, it's like I will ask questions. How can I get more money? And also start my favorite tool. I start asking for money. I just love
Yes,
that tool. I don't know if you use it at all, but like
I
money
use
come,
it.
money
Just like,
come.
okay, universe, show me the money, show me the money.
And it
And
is crazy. You look a little bit crazy, but it works.
it works. Exactly, exactly. And also, what can I be or do today to, to invite money to my life?
That one is amazing
Yeah, I really enjoy
because
that.
sometimes you have to be willing to be criticized. Sometimes you
Mhm.
have to be willing to, someone
Be
tells you
envied.
that they don't love you anymore or they are not their friend anymore and you have changed so much.
Hmm.
But then you're taking care of yourself instead of taking care of the rest of the world and ignoring yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Awesome. That's beautiful. That's really interesting. And also we have to be willing to change the way that we work, because we are so used to be, what we have been for the last decades. And then what getting out of that joyfully brings us is a different way of being with money, a different way of being with businesses, a different way of being that requires us to change some things. And then we have to be committed to ourselves and what we want to live, to be able to create this present and future that we really desire to create. So,
I really like that because we think in terms of what we don't want.
mhm.
It's like I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be abandoned. Okay,
And
but
then what you create is exactly that.
what you do want? If you go to the restaurant and they ask you what you want to eat, you cannot say I don't want an hamburger and get what you want. Like I don't
Mhm,
want an
mhm.
hamburger and I don't want fish. Okay, but what do you want?
Yeah, but then we have, all those options.
Exactly. And when you get clear about what you want your life to be like, it starts creating a clarity that the universe can work upon because it's just like ordering your food. If you ask for
Mhm.
chicken, you can get chicken, maybe fried, maybe boiled,
Still.
maybe steamed cooked, but you will get chicken.
Mhm. Yeah, perfect. And also, what are you asking for that you have to acknowledge that you're asking for? When you think about, oh my God, I have so many debts, I have so many bills, oh my God, it's difficult, it's hard, then you're going to receive more of that. This is why it's really important to be, present and aware of what you're being, what you're asking for, because you think you're not asking for more bills, when you complain about those bills, the universe understands, she likes that energy, so let's give her more bills. Nope.
If,
It's just
and,
different.
and if you don't believe us, try not thinking about a red car, don't think about a red car, and then go out into the street and count the colors you see.
Hmm.
Our mind goes and does the work that we ask them for. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for uh, problems, you will get problems.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And then if you start looking for money and possibilities instead of problems and fights and, you know heaviness, what else can show up? Who else can show up?
And also, like, take into account that sometimes they taught us things that are not really true.
Hmm.
They tell us that the money you earn with a lot of sacrifice is more valuable than the one that just arrives or is gifted to you. But if
Exactly.
you go with the same bill, one that costs you tears and sweat and blood, and the same quantity in another bill that was gifted to you, in the store you can buy the same thing. They won't give you one more cookie for the bill that
Because you
costs you more.
suffered to get this one. Exactly.
So that's one of the things we think about. And then we try to work more because that makes it more valuable, or that makes us more worthy for some reason.
Hmm. Hmm.
And maybe
Everything that
money
comes
is
hard is more worthy.
and maybe money is not about worthy, because I know a lot of people that have a lot of money and they didn't do anything to be worthy of it.
Hmm. Exactly. So, what if money came to you with ease and joy and glory? And if you were paid to breathe? What if you were paid to exist? What if you were such a, a lucky charm that people wanted your energy no matter what you did to the business, to the company, to the place? What if it was that easy?
All these tools that we are talking about is they are tools from Access Consciousness. There is a specialty, it's called Joy of Business, and there is a subspecialty, it's called Getting Out of Debt Joyfully. If any
Hmm.
of these tools rings a bell to you, why don't you explore what is available for you? You can get the books, you can get to a class, you can talk to the facilitators with and create this class with the people that come to these classes. And maybe as Cynthia and I, you can change your life regarding money. Because I can tell you it did change my life. And you, Cynthia?
It's changing all the time. I mean, every time something different happens and I get more aware and more money and more wealth comes to my life. And my life is expanding. So, and I'm really grateful for these tools and for Simone and Gary. And there's this amazing book by Simone, Getting Out of Debt Joyfully. If you didn't read it, please do. It's one of my favorites and brings a lot of clarity. And as was saying, if you would like more, come to a class. There are amazing facilitators all around the world that they're going to be really happy to assist you with these tools and to, you know, bring you more clarity on which ones are available for you to play with.
So stop thinking and start asking questions. And this will help you change your financial life, your business life, and maybe, just maybe, if you choose it, get out of that.
Exactly. And what else? Thank you so much, babes. Thank you so much. And thank everybody who's willing to also create more for their lives. What else is possible? What can you choose here?
Thank you, Cynthia, all the way to Brazil.
Thank you. See
See you
you.
really soon.